Thank you all for coming to our February 2025 Women's Holistic Circle. It's an hour for us to connect, inspire, learn, and grow along with other divine sisters from around the world. Today, we have a very interesting topic on menstrual health. As always, let us first connect with Mother Nature. These were all the beautiful nature pictures I received for this circle. We have a picture of God makes a way out of no way, of a nature rock that you can see, abundant stars from the sky, small leaves like the mehendi leaf and mint leaf, which are full of amazing qualities, colorful birds, flowers, the shades of the tree, nature pools, and a beautiful temple bliss. Thank you. Every time you join the circle, I use your contribution to support a woman or a children charity. And these were all the charities that we were able to support last year. And this month, in alignment with our theme, I was able to contact a coordinator in Zambia to donate our contributions for sanitary towels for girl children so that they can attend school all days of the year. So thank you. Your contribution goes to this very much needed project. So to think more about our topic, menstrual health, the natural flow, I wanted us to connect more with Mother Nature, to look at the seasons of Mother Nature. So everything is a cycle. Like we have a 24-hour cycle, we have a monthly cycle, a yearly cycle, and even our life, we can consider it's one big cycle. So when we think of Mother Nature, the different seasons, we can really correlate to our woman's monthly cycle. So, for example, winter, so it can correlate to when we have our menstrual flow. And at that time, it is important to take more rest, to find the stillness, to focus within. And then when spring comes, that's when we can start to create and explore, and like in Mother Nature, you start to see, like, small sprouts are growing. So it's a season for us to rise above. And then when it's summer, in our monthly cycle, when we have that more high energy, and that's the opportunity for us to connect, to do more at that time. And then once autumn comes, and your next cycle is going to start, so that's when it's good to slow down. Some people may feel they may have mood swings, and other sort of symptoms, but that is where your body is telling you, okay, it's time to let go of all the things that we may be carrying in our mind. Just let it all go, and be ready for more stillness within. Now, moving on to the topic of our month. So, these are all the beautiful topics that we've already covered in our previous circles. It's all available in our YouTube channel, at Rainbow Holistic Foundation. So, please go and have a look if there's any particular topic that you want to revisit. Today, we have Monica, and she's a health wellness coach. And yeah, I will leave it now to her to introduce herself. Thank you, Monica, for today's session.
Passionately working as a wellness coach with FitNova, which is an online wellness community. So my journey, it started around postpartum when I wanted to work on my own health. I wanted to take charge of my own health to transform myself and work towards holistic health. So that's when I became part of this platform called FitNova, where I did my own health transformation, and that encouraged me to pass on this valuable knowledge and insights and help others in this journey as well. And that's how I am associated with them, and really great to be part of this mission to help others to be disease free and focus on their health. So yeah, and that was about me. So yeah, again, grateful to Raji for this wonderful session. So yeah, today what we wanted to talk about was about menstrual health. So yeah, this is one of the key topic which is so close to all of us, being a day in and day out. Like every month, this is something that we all face and go through many things as a part of our life, right? So yeah, we wanted to talk about this. So yeah, understanding menstrual health take control and feel empowered is what we are trying to discuss here. I'll just explain how the flow will go of this entire presentation. So we are in this particular topic, I will mostly touch base upon the PCOS topic, which is kind of I feel that there's a lot of less awareness around this topic, and it's not something that only gets recognized during fertility or anyone who wants to get into conception. No, but this is something that any woman will be facing anytime throughout the adolescence, throughout the puberty, towards the menopause. So it can happen to anyone, anytime. That's where the awareness is extremely important for all of us to know, so that we know what measures are to be taken for that. Okay, so we will just talk about that, some causes, symptoms. I'll take you through the six important pillars of health which we follow, which we consider that once we follow these six pillars, this is something that is going to take us towards holistic health. This will help us to be disease free and go towards health gain. So we will discuss about six pillars here, following by three root causes, which are three important root causes which are required for us to be disease free. We need to look into our three root causes. We will explain. I'll explain you that in detail. Next is we'll follow about some practical approaches which we can follow during this menstrual health, how we can maintain and how we can ensure that how our holistic health can go smooth and will help all of us in this journey. So this is some kind of flow that we will check in this particular presentation. So talking about menstrual health, so we all know that this is one of the key indicator to all of our women's health, right? So it is one of the like really great important factor wherein which will derive how our hormonal health is dependent, how our emotional and physical well-being is there, how our fertility goes throughout the fertility phases, how go throughout our lifespan. So all these factors are important when it comes to menstrual health. Specifically, as we all know that a normal menstrual cycle, but which goes around 4 to 7 days, wherein the cycle entirely typically is around 28 days, is considered as a normal cycle. But when we see that there is any disruption in that cycle, wherein we have suppose irregular periods or any heavy bleeding, periods, or there are chances wherein we face a lot of symptoms such as severe pain. So all these disruptions in our regular menstrual health will lead to some or the other underlying conditions in our body. So there can be various conditions such as endometriosis, there can be fibroids, and there is one typical common condition that we usually see nowadays is PCOS, okay, which is called as polycystic ovarian syndrome. Just a minute. Yeah, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So just to be aware about the statistics, let's see a couple of points which will help us to know how the statistical details are for PCOS. So this is a syndrome which affects an estimated 8 to 13% of reproductive age women. Now we also know that there are around 70% of affected women which remain undiagnosed worldwide, which is a huge number. And that's where we think that awareness is extremely important. So we, even if we are not undergoing these conditions, but there will be many women around us in our family, in our friend circle, where we will be knowing that they are facing at least one of these symptoms. So awareness is extremely important here. PCOS is the commonest cause of anovulation, where the ovulation doesn't happen, or there is an irregular ovulation happening, and a leading cause of infertility. It is one of the most prevailing female endocrine disorder, and it is a preeminent cause of infertility with a worldwide range of 6 to 26% worldwide, and in India specifically it's 3.7 to 22.5. So if we see the numbers, they are huge considering one particular condition, and that's where we are I decided like we can just have a discussion over this particular topic to understand it in depth. PCOS, it is a multifactorial endocrine disorder which is characterized. So these are the symptoms, commonly known symptoms, which are chronic anovulation, where we have irregular periods, Hirsutism, where we have unwanted hair or developing on our face, chest, back, and weight gain. So these are some of the most common causes, symptoms that we can see. Okay, and it is a chronic condition where there is no cure for this particular thing. Okay, though we can manage, or we can prevent having these symptoms through simple lifestyle changes, medications, and if it's an advanced stage, we need to go for fertility treatments. But yeah, there's no cure, but yeah, definitely there is a way to manage these things. Let's understand what happens in PCOS. Okay, so this is a cross section of a female reproductive system. So towards left, we can see that we have a healthy ovary. Okay, wherein we have the follicles which are present. Okay, so usually since our birth, there are millions of follicles which are available in dormant stage. Towards puberty, these follicles mature, and that's how they start to like erupt each month, and that's how a menstrual flow begins. So usually this is the regular cycle that happens. But at times towards right, we can see what happens is these follicles, they do not get matured. Okay, so there will be a lot of immature follicles into our ovary, which will develop like a entire sac. So there will be like a sac developed into our ovary, which will be full of fluid, and there will be all the immature follicles in it. Okay, which will disrupt the cycle of maturing the follicle, and just because there is no matured follicle available, the fallopian tube won't be able to suck that particular follicle, and that's where our periods get missed, or we will be having an irregular period. So this is one of the thing that happens in PCOS. We usually see a lot of immature follicles in it. There are cysts that develops in the ovaries, which leads to disruptions in our hormones. There's a lot of hormone imbalance that happens, and that's where these symptoms we observe, wherein we have irregular periods or missed periods. Understand this in a more better way. So right now, as we discussed, we are observing that there is some issue with the ovaries and the hormones, right? But it's not so. This is something like a huge web, right? So this picture depicts that even a simple function, a simple hormonal challenge that we are facing in ovary is directly linked to multiple factors, multiple functions in our body. So an ovary issues in ovaries will definitely be linked to insulin resistance. This will lead to insulin resistance in our body. It is going to affect our gut health. Okay, this is definitely going to lead to further conditions with thyroid. Okay, it is going to affect the adrenal glands, wherein our stress hormones are going to be in picture. These are going to cause inflammation in our body. So overall, everything is interlinked with each other. So that's where holistic health comes into picture, wherein it's not something that we are facing a challenge or an issue in a particular organ or a particular part of our body, and that needs to be worked on. No, it's something that we need to work on our holistic health, because all these functions are interlinked with each other, all the hormones are interlinked with each other. So it's really important to understand this holistic part is of such a great importance in our lives. To symptoms, as we said, annulation, hirsutism, and weight gain is one of the common symptoms. There will be also other kind of symptoms such as hyperandrogenism, hirsutism, insulin resistance is one of the common symptom. Polycystic, we can see there is an issue in infertility. People usually face a lot of infertility issues when they try to conceive, and when they identify that they have this PCOS. There can be weight issues. Okay, there can be a severe acne that usually happens in these cases, and this ultimately leads to a lot of anxiety and depression. So these are a couple of symptoms that can be seen under PCOS condition. There is no particular actual root cause which will lead to this, but these are a couple of factors, causes termed, which can lead to PCOS, such as insulin resistance. This is one of the common cause. We will be seeing this in detail. Wrong dietary choices is one of the reason that triggers. Genetic tendency, yes, it can be genetic as well. Fetal exposure to male hormones can also be a cause. Hormonal imbalance can also lead to PCOS, and accumulation of toxins in our body. Okay, wherein there's a lot of toxin intake and we have not detoxified our body. This can also be a cause of PCOS. This is one picture which I wanted to discuss in this session. Okay, so this is like something really important for us to understand. So this is one this is an image of an house. Okay, wherein we can see there are a lot of cracks there, right, towards the left. This is an image, right? So now if I want to rectify this, okay, if I need to what if I just work on this superficially. Okay, like I just try to fill the cracks temporary, so that just my house looks good, and if this things is solved for now. Any temporary solution I do on this particular house, is that going to help me to sustain it for a longer term? Will that help me? No, of course not, because we are doing some temporary fix here, which is just filling the cracks, but actually not uh, doing a deep analysis of what's exactly wrong here. Okay, that's similarly if we look towards the other image, wherein we see that there are cracks deep down the foundation of the structure as well. So what does this depict? I'm trying to tell you is that whenever we have any issue, any disease, or any condition in our body, we usually try to go for temporary quick fixes. Okay, but we need to understand here that what are the root causes that is leading to this particular condition, and instead of going for a temporary fix, what is important for us is to work on our foundation, that is work on our root causes. The moment we work on our root causes, this is something going to take us towards holistic health, and let it be PCOS, let it be any disease condition, that is definitely going to be worked out on a permanent basis and not just a temporary basis. So this is what I wanted to just go through, that how it's important for us to work on our root causes, especially in PCOS and in other disease conditions as well. Here we are just trying to understand that usually when we are initially in without any diseases or without any condition, we feel that we are in a thriving state. Okay, like we everything is going happy, we are in good hormones, good mood, everything is fine. But usually when we encounter any such conditions happening, such as missed period or irregular periods, there is severe pain, these kind of symptoms when we start to face, okay, that's where our body comes into surviving mode. Okay, now post surviving, this is the exact time when it's important for us to take charge of our health and act on it. Okay, if we miss this surviving time, that is something going to help us to take to the struggling phase. Okay, that's where we are struggling with some treatments, with some medications, with our body. Okay, so that is going to be like a difficult thing. And if that thing like this is the most difficult part, wherein many times even the treatments or something will not work, and this will help us to take it to the crisis state, where it's literally impossible to reverse that particular condition, or it will termed as incurable. So it's really important for us to be if we are facing any challenges, if there is any hormonal imbalances that we are observing during survival phase itself, to analyze, acknowledge, and go for the right treatment, plus work on our own health, which will help us to take us to the thriving phase, rather than moving us towards struggling and crisis phase. The issues, what are the symptoms, causes, everything we know what's going on with PCOS. But how do we know that? How are we supposed to correct it now? Okay, so as we saw that image of the house structure, if we are just superficially working on our hormones, okay, that is just going to give us a temporary fix, right? But it will lead for such disease conditions to come again and again. So what can be done in this case? So this is a pyramid which I want to talk about. So if we see that the base of the pyramid is digestion and nutrition, okay, followed by detoxification, blood sugar, stress, inflammation, immune system, thyroid. That comes as hormones. Okay, like the hormones is on the seventh stage, not on the first stage. So this pyramid helps us to understand that whether we want to work on our hormones, whether we want to work on our thyroid, PCOS, any condition, the base of any condition is any disease is digestion and nutrition. This is something that we need to focus and fix. If we directly jump on to working on our hormones, ensuring that we are balancing out our hormones, this is something that is not going to work as a permanent fix. So digestion and nutrition is going to be extremely important to work, and which is going to take our body from diseased state to the healthy state. So for these disease conditions that we looked into, PCOS, we have a magic mantra here, which when followed is this is going to, again as I mentioned, is going to take us towards the holistic health. So there are six pillars which we are going to talk about. Next slide, please. So we'll go one by one in detail here. So the first pillar of health. is called as right food plate. Okay, so again, we have heard this multiple times that we need a balanced diet. We need to include all carbs, proteins, fats, each and every function that is required for our body into our plate, right? And we somewhat even try to follow that. But a right food plate is one of the crucial factor in maintaining our health, right? So usually we see that there is a particular type of food that we prepare at home, but which is eaten by all age groups, right? But we usually don't focus on the need of that particular person. Like in women's health, this particular thing is needed. For a child, maybe carbs and other things are more nutrient required. So we usually don't pay attention on the levels of our age, but we kind of eat an common food by everyone, right? So this is that's why I said that this is important to know what is right food for us and to choose the right food for us. Okay, and considering right food plate, it's always preferred that we prefer the rainbow plate, wherein we need to include all the colors from the mother nature that we get. Okay, so it's not required that we will just follow one particular type of food or anything. Always try to include multiple colors, all the colors that are included in available with us, which is going to give us a lot of antioxidants and various kind of nutrition throughout our food. Okay, we even have a concept of micronutrient and macronutrient here. So we have to ensure that all the nutrients that's available are present in a right food plate with a combination of fats, carbs, protein, nuts, fruits, veggies, fiber. A lot of fiber is what we get into veggies. So everything, like we need to ensure that our food plate contains each and every portion in the correct quantity. Next pillar of health is the balanced nutrition. So for now, we consider that I am having a balanced diet, I'm having a rainbow plate, I'm having everything properly, I am healthy, right? So no, usually nowadays we see that all our food is lot full of pesticides, right? There's lack of nutrition in our soil. There's a lot of toxins available in environment through air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and there's a lot of overproduction that's happening, right? So usually these things are the factors wherein what happens is our food will lack some of the nutrition that is required. So in that case, to fulfill our body with all the nutrition, there is a requirement of extra supplementation that we can take to maintain the nutrition levels in our body. So along with balanced diet, this is equally important to full our body with the required nutrition. As per WHO, there's a chart, I'll try to forward that. So there's an entire list of nutrition quantities and the amount of food that we are going supposed to intake to get that particular nutrition in our body on a daily basis, which is really impossible to eat that much of food on daily basis, right? So in that case, it's always better to supplement ourselves with the nutrition that is required, so that we don't face any deficiencies in future. And these nutritional supplements what I'm talking about is supposed to have good quality. So that's the only reason when that will have a benefit in our body. If we take substandard kind of supplements here, that is not going to help us to gain the nutrition. So again, good quality supplements is something that is required as a part of balanced diet and balanced nutrition to gain our holistic health. Third is the movements and exercises. So yeah, again, this is one of the crucial pillar to follow towards holistic health, right? So usually we what do we say is, I am a mother, I have to run around my kid, I have to do multiple chores in the entire day. That's when I keep running around, and I know that I am doing my exercise and my movement is happening, this is sufficient. This is what we usually say, right? Being a mother especially. But that's not the case. So that moving around in our daily chores is not considered as exercise, right? So this is something wherein we have to be extremely cautious that we dedicate some time in the morning or evening whenever possible for your own exercise and health. Okay, this can include like a quick walk, jogging, some exercises, some light stretching, some yoga, anything that you feel comfortable with, you can start. If possible, a good amount of time is around 45 minutes. If you can practice daily, is considered the best. Okay. And one more thing here, I wanted to point out that usually thing happens that if I am comfortable with yoga, for example, I will do yoga for 7 days a week. Okay, but and what will happen is my body is going to adapt to that particular style of exercise. I won't be getting the maximum benefit out of it. So that's when we recommend that you try multiple different styles of exercises, right? From your cardio to your yoga to stretching to some intense workouts. Try to mix and match some couple of different exercises into your routine so that your muscles utilize these exercises, and your body is going to benefit in some different way rather than just following one particular style throughout 7 days. So at least once a week, 1 day a week, you can try to follow intense workout, maybe cardio or running or skipping, something like that. That will show much more benefits in your health compared to following one particular type throughout the week. Talking about the fourth pillar of health, which is restorative sleep. Okay, so here I wanted to talk about the importance of sleep. We all know that we need around 7 to 9 hours of sleep daily, right? But it's not just about sleep; it's about quality of sleep that we have. So rather than focusing on the quantity, what is important for us to focus on the quality of the sleep. Okay, usually we recommend the most important part is where we are nowadays exposed to more of our gadgets. It becomes really difficult to get that quality sleep, right? So it's important that around 1 hour prior to our sleep times, we switch off our gadgets and focus towards quality sleep. We can also follow certain breathing exercises, certain meditation techniques before sleep, which will help us to get some quality sleep. And it's also said that around so we recommend around 11 p.m is around deadline for you to sleep. That's the best time. Like, do not extend post 11. Plus before sunrise, if you can wake up, is the best thing that you can do. Okay, so that's when your body has a circadian rhythm, right? So we need to align to our nature's clock. So, and even what happens is when we stay awake for a longer duration of time at night, that's when our body gets exposed to a lot of bad bacteria. Okay, so that's going to disrupt our entire cycle. So it's better that we prefer this 11 to 6 timing. The earlier you sleep, earlier you wake is going to be the best thing that you can do for your body. Next is the stress management. So again, this is one of the crucial pillars. Talking about stress, we all know we all are stressed about everything in our lives, right? Like, there is some or the other thing that causes stress to us, but that's not an excuse for us to just be into stress and not work on our own self care, right? So stress management, what we can do here is we can do a lot of breathing techniques, a lot of meditation techniques you can do. Not necessary we need to sit and chant, but yeah, there are a lot of affirmations, lot of gratitude paying. Even journaling is one of the best thing that we can do as a part of daily lives. You can pick up a particular time if you can journal, maybe in morning, write about your goals, write about your to-do list. So this is something I think we all are of course doing. But yeah, this make try to make a it as a practice in your daily life, and that's how you can like work towards your stress as well. Breathing exercises work miraculously here, and there are a lot of journaling which is also going to help you to release stress. So again, this is one of the important pillar, wherein many a times as a woman it tends to happen that we are so busy into taking care of others, right? But we usually, it happens that we will miss or forget to take care of our own health and own peace of mind. But that's where we have to prioritize it and make a part of our life. So this is that fifth pillar, which is again important. And the last pillar I wanted to talk about is the detoxification. Okay, this is one of the most underrated pillar, is what I feel. Wherein, like, if I give an example, every day we clean our houses, right? Like we just dust around and like, we ensure that our house is neat and clean and everything. But do we do this for our body as well daily? Like, do we detoxify our body daily? That usually doesn't happen, right? So that's where detox comes into picture. So here what we can follow is the lot of green juices that we can follow. Okay, ABC juice, green juices. We can start our morning with these green juices. That is going to help us to keep our body alkaline and start our day fresh. This is also going to directly affect the gut bacteria, which will help us to develop good bacteria in our body and help us to make our body alkaline. Okay, so usually what happens if we are starting our day with tea, coffee, and rest of the things, that will make our body acidic. Okay, an acidic body is going to attract bad bacteria and diseases. So that's how, like, I'm just trying to link the PCOS disease condition with all these pillars. So the moment we detoxify our body every day, okay, with green juices, with some exercises, that's going to create a lot of positivity, lot of good bacterias, and it's going to help us in this detoxification journey. So these are these six pillars of our health, which when followed daily is going to make a huge difference in our lifestyle and take us towards the holistic health. Next slide, please. So, with the help of these six pillars, what we can do is we can work on a root causes. So, now any disease condition, though if we are talking about PCOS, there are some root causes which cause the disease, right? A healthy body will not have any diseases, but if there is a body that has some disease or underlying condition, it means that there is some issue in one of the root causes, and that needs to be worked out. So there are three root causes that we usually work out. So first is gut health. Okay, this is one of the crucial part of the root cause. So talking about the gut health, so we know that in our gut we have around hundreds of trillions of bacteria of microbes present in our gut, right? There is a mixture of good versus bad bacteria in our gut. So the ratio, there's around a ratio which is required to be maintained to like maintain our gut health. The ratio is 85% of good bacteria versus 15% of the bad microbes. What usually happens is if we are more prolonged to stress, if there is a lot of toxins intake that we are doing through different pesticides, food that is available, through environment pollution, through water, other reasons, when a lot of toxins that we go get into our system, the this ratio of good versus bad bacteria is going to disrupt. Okay, and that's when our gut health is going to get compromised. Okay, and compromised gut health is going to lead to our diseased conditions. So and there is going to a lot of symptoms that we will observe in this if there is a disruption, such as there's a lot of inflammation that we will observe. Our cycles are going to get like missed or disrupted. There's a lot of weight gain. All the symptoms that we observed in PCOS is somewhere related everything to gut health. So these are some of the symptoms that our body shows when our gut health is compromised. Okay, and we also know that gut is termed as a second brain, right? So that's when we need to ensure that our gut is healthy as so that our mind is healthy. So our gut and mind is directly linked to each other via our gut brain axis, and hence it's really important for us to work and prioritize our gut health. Second root cause which we would talk about is the insulin resistance. So insulin is a hormone that helps us to control glucose levels in our body, right? Usually what happens here is, so if we take an example of a cell, okay, so there are these insulin receptors covered on our cell, and what these receptors are going to do, they are going to help the glucose intake into our cell so that we get energy and the glucose gets utilized. But what happens in today's condition is, because of all the toxins, because of some fast food, because of all the pesticide intake that we are doing, because of all these reasons, these receptors get blocked in our system. So the moment these receptors get blocked, there is no way that the glucose that we intake from our food is entered into the cell, and that's where we will have glucose as a free entity into our bloodstream, and that's when our glucose levels spike. And this is like one of the most dangerous reason for all the underlying conditions that our body face. So it's really important for us to work on our insulin resistance so that our body stays healthy. This is the second root cause. And the third, again, one of the underrated root causes, the liver detox. So as we spoke about detoxification, like this is something that we don't do on daily basis. Even liver is such an organ wherein we give less importance compared to the other organs, right? So liver is a miraculous organ, right? It's a boss wherein it will help us to detoxify, to maintain the levels in our body. Like overall, liver is a silent worker in our body, right? But it's really important for us to detoxify with healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, so that we don't face any underlying issues in our body. So these are three root causes which I wanted to touch base, which is one of the reason, if we worked on, even PCOS as a condition can be reversed. We now spoke about the PCOS as its causes, symptoms. Then we looked into six pillars of health, which will help us to gain holistic health, followed by three causes, three root causes, which, when ensured that is worked upon, is going to help us to maintain our body healthy. Last, we will speak about some practical tips to manage this menstrual health. Okay, so first thing what we can do is we can track our cycle. Okay, so there are a lot of tracking apps, or else we can do it manually as well. Tracking is really going to help us to plan things in advance. Okay, plus understand our own body in a better way. Second is stay hydrated. Now hydration is again extremely crucial important part. Dehydration in our body is going to take us towards a lot of cramps, heavy bloating in our body towards these days. So it's really important that we stay hydrated. Third is going to be eat foods that support hormonal health. So there are magnesium rich foods that we can have, like we spoke about balanced diet. So magnesium rich foods, such as it's going we can have spinach, avocado. Okay, so these foods are going to help us to relieve cramps. We can even have iron rich foods, green leafy vegetables here, as during our menstrual phase. We can even focus on B6. B6 is one of the essential nutrient which we can easily found in bananas, in sweet potatoes, and if in poultry as well. So even that can be consumed to maintain a good health, to reduce cramps, and to make these days even more better. Next, we can follow is exercise according to your cycle. This is important, wherein what we can do is here we can see to it that in which phase we are currently. In case if we are in a menstruating phase, we can follow some light exercises, light stretching, yoga exercises. Plus, compared to if we are into follicular phase, where we have our ovulation time, that's usually when we are active and we have a lot of energy levels go up. During that time we can practice our intense workout that can help. And during luteal phase, which is around 1 to 2 weeks before menstruation, we can follow a mix of both. Okay, or something that you like, such as cardio, or breathing exercise is also what you can throughout the menstrual cycle follow. Breathing exercises and relaxation techniques, yes, this you can make this as a habit daily, so that this is not something that you will face as a symptom during your PMS or during your menstrual cycle. So deep breathing will help you to relax, to bring your hormones in alignment. Okay, and it's going to make a lot of benefits to you. Heat therapy for cramps, so yeah, again, heat, we can use heat pads here, which will help us to relieve our cramps, and which will help our muscles to relax. So this is again one beautiful tip. This really helps during our cramping phase. Of rest that is required throughout these phases that we go on. So quality sleep is a important factor. Focus on quality rather than quantity sleep. Plan your things in advance so that you give ample of time for yourself to rest and rejuvenate. There's a lot of repairing that happens throughout the night within our body, so it's really important for to have quality sleep. Next is avoid sugar and caffeine. So sugar is going to increase our crampings, and caffeine is going to affect our moods, is going to disrupt our sleep, can also lead to a lot of anxiety issues. So it's always better to avoid sugar and caffeine. Next was about stay mindful of your emotional well-being. Prioritize your health, prioritize your peace of mind, and be aware of your emotions is what is important. Next is about herbal teas. Yeah, we can definitely try some herbal teas, such as peppermint tea, ginger have some anti-inflammatory properties. Peppermint really helps. Chamomile teas are for calming our for soothing effect. That is something that we can try. Natural remedies, even some essential oils, you can try having using some essential oils such as peppermint, lavender, lemongrass. These will have relaxing effect on your mind. This will really help you to calm down. You can use these oils in diffusers around your house. This will really create some positive effect in you. Monitor for any abnormalities. Yeah, as we are already tracking our cycle, we have to ensure to monitor if there are any abnormalities that we are facing during our menstrual cycles, such as in case any missed period is there, any severe pain you observe, any abnormal symptom that you observe, do note it down and take medical help as and when required. Use natural menstrual products. So try to switch to natural menstrual products which are more safe for environment as well as for our health. We can switch here to cotton pads, to reusable pads, to period panties. Recently we have a lot of period panties which have come in the market, which are washable. Again, it's a great way to invest in your health and in your environment. Menstrual cups is something that you can go for. So try to switch to natural menstrual products, if how much ever you can. Next is follow help self care. Take a break in need. So try during your menstruation phase. It usually happens we are low, we are into our mood swings, right? So during that time, it's important that you follow your self care. Do a lot of journaling. Listen to relaxed music. You can like just take a day off if possible. Rest. Give a lot of positivity and divinity to your own body. Give lot of gratitude to your body. Like that is really going to help you to embrace our cycles, and like be just grateful to your body to have its own self cleaning mechanism, and the way God has just designed this body. So just pause, take a deep breath, relax for a while, indulge in anything that you like, maybe gardening, maybe just reading a book, maybe just going out as a in a walk, like in a nature walk, like just spending time with your closed ones. Like just identify whatever is your self care method and try to follow completely during those times, which will help you to relax and embrace more to these uh, health processes. Next is ask for help. Again, this is important. Usually happens we are multitaskers and we will tend to do 10 things at a time, right? But yeah, compared like just try to wait, ask for help, ask help to your colleagues or friends or family. Try to plan things in advance so that you know how things are to be worked out during these phases. So these are a couple of practical tips that I wanted to discuss, which I'm sure each one of us are following some of the other things, which will help us to enjoy this process more and take us towards betterment each day. And there was one more, just a last point which I wanted to touch base upon. So yeah, so there are a lot of things that usually comes up wherein how do we maintain that positivity during our PMS time or during this menstrual phase time. So couple of things along with these practical tips what we can follow is what worked out for me was one topic which is opposition thinking. So usually what happens is we will kind of nag in our minds, right? Like this is not working, I'm not feeling good, I'm this, I'm that. During that time try to follow opposition thinking. Okay, just divert your mind from that particular negative thought to something positive. Okay, that's how you will program your mind. Okay, and the more you think is how you're going to feel. So that this thing will really help. And journaling again is one of the topic that will surely help. So
So
last, I
last,
just
I just
wanted to
wanted to
end
end
this
this
thing
thing
with
with
one
one
quote,
quote,
which
which
is
is
embrace your
embrace your
natural
natural
flow,
flow,
understand your
understand your
cycle,
cycle,
honor
honor
your
your
body, and that's how you are going to empower your health. That's
that's
it
it
from
from
my
my
end.
end.
Thank you
Thank you
for
for
patiently
patiently
listening.
listening.
And yeah,
Yeah,
do let me know if there's anything that we can discuss further.
Yes. So thank you so much. It was very beautiful. So for I took so much notes, and I'm sure the other sisters have taken a lot of notes. But the way you explained, like that thing about the pillars, like how important the food that I mean we all know, yeah, food you eat is so important. But when you showed it in a visual way, that how important is food that affects everything, and I really like the other one where a small function of the ovary, how it affects all the other parts of the function of our body, and so how important holistic lifestyle is, and these beautiful six pillars, and connecting that with our also this, yeah, I'm a person who does yoga every day, but then I realized when you said do some intensive, sometimes do some cardio, that was quite like I need to look back in my way of how I'm doing my self-care. So whatever you have shared, some of it may seem very simple, but it was like aha, yeah, it's quite relevant and meaningful. So thank you, I really found it useful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. Like this was one of the primary reason for me to take up this topic, because I've seen like so many teenagers nowadays facing these issues, and the thing is that the parents don't understand because there is lack of awareness. They feel that it's okay, they are young, it happens, they are busy, they are stressed about their school routine, but this is something that will have a lot of issues in future, and especially when during their fertility age. So it's really important right now to identify and take action. And the best part is PCOS can be reversed. So which I have seen in the place where I work, FitNova, there are multiple cases where I've seen that it can be reversed. So again, that is a blessing for us to know these valuable content and follow in our routine life,
Yeah.
which is going to make a lot of difference.
Thank
Works with FitNova, and would you want to say a few words about FitNova, who they are?
Sure, sure. So, this is an online wellness community. So, the founders are Archana Shinde and Dr. Jeevan Shinde. So, they are doctors who have curated this beautiful piece for all of us, wherein they are mission is to reach around 1 lakh families until August 2025, to help them to reverse their disease conditions and help them in health gain. So we all who have transformed our health journeys have joined them as coaches. So basically they like have given us trainings, and then now we intensely work with them. So there are a lot of clients who are facing various disease conditions, such as a lot of metabolic disorders, thyroid, there's PCOS, there's a lot of weight issues. Even with teenagers, there's a lot of issues with like young kids nowadays, wherein we see there are a lot of picky eaters, a lot of asthma, and these things are coming up. A lot of like these conditions are coming up, right? So what we believe is we have some scientific principles. We work on these six pillars, and with personalized solutions, we help the person to reverse their disease conditions. So that's how we work with personalized guidance and health, and we offer complete hand holding throughout the health program, and ensure that the person is reaching towards holistic health and something that they can follow throughout their life. So it's been around like around 1.5 year I have completed my health program. But the learnings and the scientific learnings that I have gained throughout those programs is something now that I have passed on to my family, and even my 16-month-old son, he follows all those principles. So even right related to right food plate, with related to detoxification, there are things that I have customized and curated as per his requirement, his age, and that's when even he follows these things. So I truly believe the only reason for me to join FitNova was I wanted to follow healthy lifestyle so that I can pass those values and those learnings to my son, and along with my son, to other kids and other women out there as well. So that was my motto to join. And yeah, that's how we work in FitNova. If you require any help related to any diseases or any reversals, you can definitely reach out to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Super, super. It's amazing the doctors that who created this, they are working on our root cause and our holistic lifestyle. So great effort by them.
Thank
Be
you.
peaceful and happy. Peace, peace, peace to
Peace,
all of
peace.
you.
Yeah.